Roland sample pads have been around for a while now, and we've seen various generations of pad in that time.
The SPD-SX is widely known and has become a favourite with drummers, percussionists and a whole range of musicians for performing live with samples.
But with a lineup of sample pads available from Roland, which one is right for you?
And what are the differences between them? In this video we're going to compare the SPD-SX and SPD-SX Pro sample pads to help you find the pad that best suits your needs.
Before we get stuck in, check out the SPD-SX and SPD-SX Pro overview videos on the Roland channel for an in-depth look at the features and to see them in action. You can find links to those videos in the description below. The SPD-SX sample pad is a tried, tested and reliable format. 9 playable pads allow you to assign your sounds and samples and play them back easily. The 3 top pads are placed at an angle so they can easily be played and triggered once the pad is mounted. Although the pads are mounted close together, there is no crosstalk, which is the triggering of one pad accidentally as you hit the other. The SPD-SX has a rugged and reliable construction. It's a percussion instrument at heart, so it's built and designed to be played like a drum.
The SPD-SX Pro has the same chassis size and dimensions as the SPD-SX. There are also 9 pads here too. The shoulder pad design having been adjusted ever so slightly to accommodate the larger control panel. Reliability and durability is key with the SPD-SX Pro and it's designed with the rigours of touring in mind. And although the same size as the SPD-SX, the internal construction and layout are different and unique to this pad. Just like the SPD-SX, it's designed to be played night after night.
Sample pads are all about loading and storing your sounds, and the SPD-SX has 16GB of memory, which can store a significant amount of stereo and mono audio in 44.1 kHz 16-bit format, essentially CD quality audio. It has 100 kits available, allowing different kits to be created for different songs in your set, and also comes loaded with 210 samples and 16 preset kits, all of which can be deleted and overwritten with your own sounds if you need.
The SPD-SX Pro has double the memory size for your audio, with 32GB available for WAV, MP3 or AV file formats. Double the amount of kits are programmable too, with 200 kits available. 1,550 samples are inside of the pad and 43 preset kits shows you what the pad can do, which can also be overwritten should you choose to do so.
Being able to see the pad and operate it on stage is key, and the SPD-SX has a backlit LCD display with adjustable brightness to work in different lighting conditions. Some of the key buttons are backlit too, such as the kit up-down buttons and the kit menu button for easy navigation and adjustment on dark stages. The click tempo light also flashes in time with the tempo assigned to the kit, and that can be turned off.
The SPD-SX Pro has a 4-inch TFT colour display with adjustable brightness, which makes on-stage adjustments just that little bit easier. All buttons and panel functions are backlit too, so every function can be easily controlled, no matter how dark the stage environment is.
Also helping with the visibility are the 9 pad LED indicators on the SPD-SX. These LEDs can be programmed to light up once hit, to flash dynamically in sync with the volume for the duration of the sample, to stay on continuously, or you can turn them off.
The SPD-SX Pro has full colour LED lights underneath each pad, as well as vertical dividing lights too. These LED lights are fully customisable in any colour that you like, and each light can be set individually. Types of sound can even be grouped by colour. Just like the SPD-SX, the pad lights can be set to be on all the time, to light when a pad is struck, to flash dynamically with the audio, or set to off. Bright gaffer tape is not required here.
As well as the 9 pads on the surface, the SPD-SX has the ability to connect external pads and triggers. 2 stereo external trigger inputs allow you to connect up to 4 pads, including kick pads, mesh pads and bar trigger pads. There is also a foot switch connection, which can be used to trigger a sound or control a function, such as changing the kit.
The SPD-SX Pro has 4 stereo external trigger inputs available. This allows up to 8 mono triggers or pads to be connected. The SPD-SX Pro also has a separate trigger input for hi-hat or expression control, meaning that the SPD-SX Pro can be used as a mini drum kit. The same input allows use of an expression pedal to control effects. The foot switch input is also there and can be used in the same way as the SPD-SX.
That's the inputs covered, but let's take a look at the outputs of the sample pads. The SPD-SX has stereo master outputs and a stereo sub output too. Because there are separate jack outputs for left and right stereo channels, both master and sub outputs can be used as 4 mono outputs. These outputs are also customizable within each kit too, so you can route different pads through the different outputs. In addition to this, the SPD-SX has a headphone output for monitoring.
The SPD-SX Pro has stereo main outputs and also 4 direct outputs which are all balanced. These can be configured as 6 mono outputs if required, so that the pads and triggers can be sent via independent channels, and output assignment is fully customizable within each kit. The SPD-SX Pro has a headphone output that can be utilised as a further separate output within the output routing settings.
We've talked through some of the physical differences between the SPD-SX and the SPD-SX Pro sample pads so far, but there's also some differences in the playability too, which we'll take a look at. The SPD-SX has the ability to choose how you play back a sound, whether you want to loop an audio file, re-trigger it on every hit, or alternate between start and stop with each stick hit. You can also choose whether sounds should vary in volume depending on how hard you hit the pad, or play back at a fixed volume. You can also layer sounds on a single pad too. You can assign a main and a sub sound to the pad so that they play together.
The SPD-SX Pro retains these same features but adds a few more options to playback too. 2 sounds can be layered on a single pad, as they can be within the SPD-SX, but with the SPD-SX Pro you can also alternate between the main and sub sounds with each hit, as well as play them together. The SPD-SX Pro also has a 16-step pad sequencer, which is not available in the SPD-SX. This gives you the ability to sequence pads within a kit from 2 to 16 steps, so that hitting one single pad will play back a sequence of sounds in the order that you've set.
To give you further options for playback, the SPD-SX is able to link 2 pads together using the pad link function. This allows 2 pads to be played simultaneously while only striking the one pad. This is particularly useful when combining a backing track with a click track, for example. It's also possible to set a mute group where striking the one pad stops other pads that are playing so that only one pad sounds at a time.
The SPD-SX Pro has the same pad link function, but there is a possibility to link a greater number of pads together. Any combination of pads and external triggers can be linked, and a greater combination of mute groups can be set in addition.
The SPD-SX comes with Wave Manager software that is compatible with PC and Mac. This software allows you to import samples from your computer into your SPD-SX, assign sounds to pads within a kit, and rename and organise your kits. It's an easy way to get the fundamentals of your pad setup ready for use.
There is also an SPD-SX Pro application for use with this model of sample pad. Also compatible with PC and Mac, it provides full level of editing capabilities to completely set up your pad, and all settings and functions, including routing of different outputs, FX control, trigger settings, and much more.
When playing live with a sample pad, you might need to make changes to your sounds as you go. It could be changing the volume level of a sample, organising a set list, or even editing a wave sample itself. The SPD-SX has a logical and user-friendly interface to allow you to make changes to your sounds within the pad.
The SPD-SX Pro can do the same, but introduces greater control for quick editing. For example, sample volume and transient knobs are located on the control panel for quick adjustments. And thanks to the larger screen, more parameters can be adjusted more easily. The workflow and user interface of the SPD-SX Pro follows the same layout, so if you're already familiar with using a Roland sample pad, you'll easily be able to navigate it. And if you're not yet familiar with how sample pad works, you'll be able to work it out quickly.
The SPD-SX has 3 FX engines that can be applied simultaneously, 2 FX engines for kits and 1 for master effects for all the kits in the pad. Up to 21 different effects can be chosen and assigned to these FX engines. The interface has 2 FX control knobs that can be used to control any effects assigned to the kit in real time, as well as a master effects controller with quick, common preset effects. Using these effects can help you mix up your sound or add a sense of real-time control to your performance.
The SPD-SX Pro has the ability to run up to 4 effects in parallel. In addition to this, there is a sidechain function. FX control is also taken further with the addition of expression pedal control, which allows you to control the level of effects with your foot in real time. Effects can be routed through different outputs from the SPD-SX Pro, giving greater flexibility for mixing. Staying in time is essential in music, and the SPD-SX has an onboard click to help with that. A
tempo can be assigned to each individual kit within the pad, and the click can be customised too for tone, beats in the bar and note value.
The SPD6 Pro has a click too, but with this pad it can be set to trigger with a pad hit or link to another pad so that hitting one pad starts to click simultaneously. There's also options to use the internal click, choose your own wave sound for the click tone, or import your own complete wave file to be used as a click, which is useful when performing with backing tracks. Both the SPD-SX and the SPD-SX Pro are powerful tools that are suitable for a wide variety of different applications. We hope that this video helps to highlight some of the differences between them.
For a more in-depth look at each pad, don't forget to check out the individual overview videos for the SPD-SX and the SPD-SX Pro. You can also post your questions within the comments below. If this video has been useful for you, think about giving it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the Roland channel for more videos. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.